Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your review of Sunday and the 4 games that have gone down today with, once again, not just one shock today, 2 shocks. This is a shock fest. This World Cup has honestly gone down as a tournament full of surprises. I think now we're going to have to start calling it anti-shocks or anti-surprise, because every game is turning into a surprise. If something crazy happens, it becomes an anti-surprise or an anti-shock. Absolutely outrageous scenes in Qatar. What a World Cup so far, I have to say. I'm really impressed and happy with the way that this World Cup is going. And overall, the football, the surprises have just been through the roof. So let's get started immediately with who is sponsoring this video before we get into game 1, and that is OneFootball. Make sure you hit the link down in the description for all of your footballing latest and all the latest at the World Cup, all your latest news and information, your squads, fixtures, results, group standings, statistics, whatever you need to know, it's there. As well as that, any club news that's currently going on outside of the World Cup you can find in the OneFootball app. If you are based in the UK and Ireland, don't forget whilst the World Cup is over, have access to Italian Serie A match highlights and one Italian Serie A game streaming on the OneFootball app per match day. So make sure you hit the link in the description now for everything football that you need. Enjoy. Let's get cracking. Shock number 1. Funnily enough, the first 2 games were the shocks of the day, which was nice for a Sunday. You know, we start off early. Japan versus Costa Rica. I told you guys in my preview, I thought Costa Rica were finished. I thought that, that they would, after the 7-0 battering, Japan beating Germany, that Japan would put on a good enough display to get it over the line. I did say I don't think it will be a battering. I don't think they would destroy Costa Rica, but I thought they would win. However, I did say, don't be surprised if Costa Rica somehow pull off a result. However, I did say that as a joke. Little did I know that would actually happen. For real. Japan 0, Costa Rica 1. Fuller scoring the goal in the 81st minute. And a great goal at that too. Credit to Fuller, fantastic finish. But there was no room for believing that Japan would lose to Costa Rica after beating Germany and after Costa Rica got smashed by Spain 7-0. Yet Costa Rica win 1-0. This World Cup, man, this World Cup. Look, there's one message that I have to say. And I think it's a lesson learned for all of us that I think we honestly, seriously need to take into consideration, even in future tournaments. There are no little teams anymore. It's done. There are no little teams. If a team is at a tournament, it means they have quality. And although they might not show it on one day, they might show it on another. So never say never. Never say never. That's a lesson that I feel like, personally, I learned before, but at the same time, you just look at a game and go, nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then it does. And you're like, oh, well. The only team that I look at in this tournament where I think all of us knew that there wouldn't really be much of a chance was Qatar. And they didn't get here by qualifying. They got here because they're the hosts. So that's an exception. But anyone else that actually had to go through qualifying, you're seeing the rewards. You're seeing Japan beat Germany. You're seeing Costa Rica beat Japan. You're seeing Iran pull off a shock. You're seeing Saudi Arabia pull off a shock. You're seeing, well, we'll come to the African lot very shortly. But there's no little team anymore. So Japan, unlucky. Costa Rica, 1-0. Absolutely outrageous. Congrats to Costa Rica on that goal. And let's move to the second game of the day, which was Belgium-Morocco. Now, what did I say? What did I say? And I have to be honest, I'm very happy for Morocco. I wanted Morocco to win, especially as an Algerian. I want Morocco, Tunisia to do well. I want the African countries to do well. But the North African countries are like brothers. They are brothers. So when I look at Morocco, I'm like, I feel like it's us playing. I even the same with Tunisia. That's why I was so wound up with them. I see Morocco perform what they done today. It made me happy. It made me so happy. So all the Moroccans watching, Mabrok alaikum, have fun, enjoy it. Destroyed Belgium, as far as I'm concerned, destroyed them. Yes, 2-0 is not a destruction scoreline, but in terms of what happened on the pitch, Morocco had their number. I told you, Belgium are not all that. With all due respect to Belgium, They have great names. They have great individuals. That's it. They're not a team. They're not a block. They're not a collective. They don't have bonds. And you look at the players that were actually playing. I mean, look, Batshuayi playing for Belgium. Like, come on. You know, and then Lukaku comes off the bench. He doesn't even touch the ball. I don't think he touched the ball. If he did touch the ball, I missed it. Or maybe I was looking for the thumbs up because, you know, at Chelsea, we got PTSD about that thumbs up. But De Bruyne, you look at and you go, yeah, but there's no one around him. Even he looked, you know, fed up at the end. He's just like, you know, all the other players. Yes, by name, you think, oh, yeah, decent. Hazard. Not the Hazard he used to be. His little brother, Thorgan. Not much of an influence like Eden used to be. Do you know what I mean? Belgium have names, but that's it. That's it. They don't have a group, a proper group. Morocco. We need to have a conversation about Hakim Ziyech, and I'm going to do this after the World Cup. After the World Cup is done, I need to talk to all of you about how Chelsea, or how it doesn't work for players at Chelsea. I'm starting to not understand it. Ziyech today was absolutely incredible. Not just Ziyech. Hakimi, before he came off, was phenomenal. Boufal on the left-hand side was phenomenal. And even that, they took off Boufal. The manager, Gregory, took off Boufal. And even then, with the subs that were made, Morocco still went for it, still had the chance, and still got the second goal. Absolutely incredible. But the goals coming in the the 73rd minute and the 92nd minute. Saïs with the first goal. And it's funny because Ziyech had a goal that was disallowed in a very similar manner. He had the free kick, went literally across the snake, Courtois, and offside. Even though the player didn't touch it, but he was involved in the play, he's ruled offside. The second one, which was counted, ball comes into the box, and I don't understand how Courtois didn't save it from that angle, though. I have to be honest. The goalkeeper, Courtois, really, really should be stopping that. He didn't. 1-0 Morocco. And at that point, you could just tell Belgium were not going to score. They just were not. Even when Lukaku came on, I saw and went, you're definitely not scoring. And he didn't. They didn't. They barely even created anything after that. Morocco had control defensively. They had discipline. They had great structure in midfield. They were using their wings very efficiently. Both of the wing-backs, or the full-backs, sorry, I'm so used to saying wing-backs. The full-backs and the wingers. And their attack overall was potent. They had chances. They missed a few, but the ones that they took. And in the 92nd minute, a beautiful counter-attack. And a fantastic piece of action on the right-hand side. He squares it. Ziyech, it was the one who squared it. Fantastic assist. And Abu Khalal. If I have to try Abu Khalal. If I'm having to say his name absolutely correctly, because I can pronounce if I want to. Abu Khalal was the one who came off his marker. Moves more central, backwards, Ziyech passes, smashes it into the roof of the net, into the top corner, and Courtois gets nowhere near. So absolutely fantastic, 2-0, and I'm very happy for Morocco. Very happy. And I told you guys, Belgium, overrated. And Morocco are in a very good position to get into the last 16. Let's get to Croatia versus Canada, and this was Canada in a nutshell. They have quality. They have some good players. They've got Davis. They've got David. Right? They get that first goal. They go 1-0 up. And then they can't hold on. Experience isn't there. The physical nature of it isn't there. They just can't hold. And I don't blame Canada for that. Canada are in their first World Cup ever. And I feel like it's a case of keep your heads up. Keep developing. The game in Canada is going to be getting bigger, much like it did in the States and how it continues to get bigger in the States. I think more will come from Canada. This is a start. Qualify to a World Cup. Impose yourself against Belgium. Done well. Cool. Croatia. Try to hold your own. Second game. Can't. Physical nature of it is a bit too much. Croatia, despite their age squad, absolutely ran the show in the second half. And, towards the end of the first half, actually. And even after going 1-0 down, once Croatia scored the equaliser, you just knew. Canada were dead. That's it. It wasn't happening. Great goal from Davis, but as soon as Canada concede and Croatia score, it was basically it. Kramark, Livaja and Majer with the goals for Croatia, and it's Croatia showing their class, Croatia showing what they actually do have in the tank, and now they've put themselves in a good position. This group is kind of messed up. If we're being logical, Croatia are top with Morocco, Belgium with 3 points, and Canada are there with bottom. Canada are now out of the World Cup. They are eliminated. Croatia and Morocco on 4 points. The next game is Croatia versus Belgium and Morocco versus Canada. This is going to get tasty. Belgium are in trouble. They have to win. And if they don't and they draw, well, they better hope Morocco lose to Canada somehow. If not, they ain't going through. So tough times for Belgium. Tough times. It's a very, very tight group. We'll see how that goes down. And the last game, Spain versus Germany. I thought Spain had this, man. I really thought Spain had this. They had this. They were holding it. And then they just threw it away. Threw it away. Spain going 1-0 up, courtesy of none other than Alvaro Morata. The guy, which again brings me to the point of Chelsea guys that didn't know where to score when they were at Chelsea, but now they know where to hit the net, and it's a flabbergasting point to talk about. And as I said, I'll talk about it after the World Cup. But Morata comes on and immediate impact, manages to get himself in a good position. Alba with the ball in, nice little dink into the roof of the net. 1-0 Spain, and Germany were already in trouble going into this bottom of the group, and they still remain there. If I'm not mistaken, they still remain there. Let's get to this group, which is now Spain top, Japan, Costa Rica, and Germany. So Germany are in a pickle, but I'll get to that in a sec. Germany, I did say in the preview I thought would show a little bit more compared to the first game. They had to, because their backs are against the wall. Spain had this in their hands though, and it came to the last 10 minutes with a fantastic shot from Fulkrug, an absolute belter. Ball comes across, and I forgot who he actually tries to move out the way. Is it Musiala? But German player's about to go for it, and he literally moves himself forward, goes, move, let me take this, don't even think about talking to me right now, and smashes it with, I think, all the power in that man's leg, straight into the top corner. 1-1. Still a sticky situation for Germany, but fantastic goal. And Spain, in terms of their defending towards the end, not good enough. Not good enough at all. Not good enough. So you have to look at this and think that logically, Germany have a chance to go through. But Spain have to play against Japan. Spain are sitting top on 4 points, Japan on 3 points, Costa Rica on 3 points, and Germany on 1 point. Costa Rica have to play Germany. So the result is Germany need to beat Costa Rica, which I think they will. But at the same time, Costa Rica, with all due respect, I think are looking to go through with a draw. If they draw, they might actually get through. And then just wait and see what happens on the Spain-Japan game. Because if Japan lose and Costa Rica draw, Costa Rica go through. However, this is where we have to look in the same way that the French, I think, are going to go into the third game, which is rest a lot of players. Even give Tunisia the win. I think Spain have a position here where they can, against Japan, give Japan the win. If they want to, give Japan the win. However, they also need to hope that the other game goes their way in order to eliminate Germany. So, it's too risky. If Spain had won, they would be able to do that. But I don't think they can. Spain now, having to play against Japan, that's going to be an interesting game. And Costa Rica versus Germany, that's going to be an interesting game. Whoever wins is going through. It's a tight one. Whoever wins is going through. So, yeah, Germany managed to get a point after all. Sticky. We'll see how it all ends. But that's your review for today. Thank you all so much. Make sure you catch the preview that I've made for tomorrow's set of games. You can catch it right here now you are done with this. And once again, download the OneFootball app, link in the description. And thank you very much. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit, take care and peace.